So lucky for us guys, I actually had to go back inside there just to get a picture for the thumbnail. And I stumbled across this. And it's not just any ordinary baseball bat. It's the 2076 World Series one. And I gotta say, it probably has, maybe not the best, but definitely the coolest ability for a melee weapon I've ever seen. It says it has a small chance to send targets flying. So I don't know about you guys, but I would be more than happy to not only upgrade this thing, but use it. I guess as much as we can. But for now, we might as well just continue exploring this town. Just to make sure we haven't missed anything, and then after that, I think I'll head back to Diamond City, I guess? Just so we can get our diseases cured and whatnot, and then finally, once all that is done, we'll go ahead and travel back to the Pridwin, just so we can complete this quest we're on right now.
Can't open it from this end.
Huh, wonder why that's closed. Hopefully there's another way around.
Time to collect.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but it sounded like a crowd cheering. So I guess that's the ability it makes when targets go flying. Now for some reason I expected it to send him quite a bit farther. But maybe that's even more rare? Or I guess it could just be because we're in this house.
To eradicate these abominations.
Yeah, I'm not sure, kid. But I'll go ahead and guess it's just because no one has the time. But yeah, guys, like I said, I want to find another way inside that church.
After today, it's gonna be hard to go back to patrolling the Pridwin.
Although I'm not quite sure if there actually is another way inside there. Oh, come on, go flying. We gotta do it to at least one of them. Alright, hang on. There's actually quite a bit more than I thought there were. Okay, that should be all of them. But how the hell are we supposed to get inside here?
Other side's chained up.
Oh, okay. There's a ramp on top of this house. So if we can just get up there, we should be good to go. And I'm not really sure. Well, I guess we could try dropping down right here. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. And then really quick, was there anything up in the tower? A recon powerful pipe rifle. Huh. Looks cool. Doubt it's very good, though.
It's not every day they let us squires out into the field.
Alright, and then does this thing work? Nope. Not at all. Sounded like Hancock just fell through the floor, though. Oh yeah, he's gone. Wait a minute. If you're there, who was downstairs? What the hell? I could have sworn I just saw someone down here. Maybe it was just this guy. He's dead, though. Jamaica Plain Flyer. Oh, and the mayor's ID card? Oh, so maybe that would have got us inside without triggering all the tripwires. Oh, and there's a note. Okay. So we have the Silverhand's note that we need to read, and then the Jamaica Plain Flyer as well. Hopefully I can remember that. Alright, so this one says, "The treasures of Jamaica Plain. Come see the fabulous treasures of Jamaica Plain. The stunning exhibit will be on display for 1 week only before these priceless items are sealed away, never to be seen again. Bring the entire family to this once-in-a-lifetime event." And then the backside is completely blank. Alright. But the other one should be down here by the S's. Here we go. And this one says, "Manifest said it was a Type V laser defense grid. Practically military grade. Whatever's down there, the security's real deal. Should be easy enough to let the others in. Then reactivate the system. Let the turrets deal with them. No need to get my hands dirty." Okay, so that guy was probably, I guess, some raider who went treasure hunting. Doesn't seem like he made it, though.
Made it another day. Guess we did something right.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet he locked himself inside there to get away from all the ghouls. It's kind of a cool story. But that should be everything here. At least I think. So yeah, like I said, I'll go ahead and travel back to Diamond City really quick. See if Doc Crocker can help us out, and then I'll meet back with you guys somewhere near the Pridwin. Alright guys, and we are back at the Pridwin.
You're back. Tell me, did the squire do well?
Oh, I think he did more than well. To be honest, I wouldn't mind having him with me more often.
Roger that.
Well done. Here, for your efforts. Our squires will always be in need of good training. Exemplary work at Fort Strong, soldier. Those are exactly the sorts of skills we want to develop in our young squires. What would you say to taking another under your wing?
To be honest, I really would not mind. But I am a bit busy at the moment.
I'm not sure.
Do not doubt your abilities. Come see me when you are ready.
Don't get me wrong, that was fun and all, training the kid. But if you guys remember, we're supposed to be getting inside the Institute. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure while we were back at that junkyard, it said Hancock adores us. So I wonder if we should try talking to him.
Hey.
What you got? To think I ever doubted you.
Wait, you doubted me?
Oh yeah? What kind of doubts?
You kidding me? You look like you'd fallen out of the vault that day. I thought I'd see you picking your teeth out of the gutter by sunup. It's just real rare these days. Find someone who's not willing to take things the way they're handed to them. Too many good folks not willing to get their hands dirty. And too many assholes taking advantage of it. Look at what happened to Diamond City. Before McDonough took over, it was a half-decent place to live. A little stricter than I usually go for, but not terrible. I thought he and I had a pretty happy childhood. But then he decides he's gonna try and get elected with his anti-ghoul crusade. Mankind for McDonough. Before you know it, you got families with kids lining up to drag folks they call neighbor out of their homes and throw them to the ruins.
So you guys knew each other then?
You and McDonough knew each other as kids?
Oh yeah. Guy's my brother. Grew up together in a little shack on the waterfront. Guy was the standard big brother. Entitled. Punchy. Liked to shove rotten potatoes down my shirt and slap my back. But I never thought he'd be capable of something like what they did to those ghouls.
What did he have against the ghouls?
Why did McDonough campaign against the ghouls?
Because he thought he could win. There'd always been a pretty clear divide between the folks living in the stands and those down on the field. I'm not convinced they didn't do it just to improve their view. I remember storming into his office above the stands after the inauguration speech. He was just standing there, staring out the window, watching as the city turned on the ghouls. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "I did it, John. It's finally mine." Should have killed him right there, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Instead, I pleaded with him, begged him to call it off. He said he couldn't. He had nothing against the ghouls. He was just carrying out the will of the people. And he couldn't betray the voters. And then he smiled. That hideous fucking mile-long smile. He never smiled like that when we were kids. I didn't even recognize him.
Well, Hancock, if you want me to take him out, I wouldn't say no. But I guess that's not really your style, is it?
What do you mean you didn't recognize him?
I don't know. Just didn't seem like the guy I grew up with. When I'd first heard the rumors he'd been swapped for a synth, thinking back on that night, I thought it made a lot of sense. But now, I don't know. I don't think I buy it. I've seen him since then, and there's no way they copied him that perfectly. Even got his tight-ass walk. But at the time, I just needed to get the hell away from him. Him and that whole damn city.
Okay, so Hancock thinks he's a synthetic now. But I've got to agree, it does sound like he murdered those ghouls in a way.
He murdered those ghouls.
Him and that whole damn city. I still wasn't a ghoul at this point, so I didn't have to leave. But I couldn't bring myself to stay in that cesspool after that. I'd been sneaking off the Good Neighbor for years to get decent chems, so I knew the safe routes. I managed to track down a couple of the families, lead them there, but most couldn't get used to the Good Neighbor lifestyle. I brought them food for a couple of weeks, but after a while, they just disappeared. Folks in Diamond City signed their death warrants, and all the good people were willing to just sit by and watch. I felt like I was the only one who saw how screwed up things truly were, who couldn't just pretend things were fine. Still feel that way. Or I did. Until I met you. I know I run my mouth, but having someone who sees the world for what it is, and is willing to do something about it, it's meant a lot to me. I feel damn lucky to have you as a friend.
Well, Hancock, I gotta say, that is a really fucked up story, but I'm glad you're tagging along.
I feel exactly the same, Hancock. It's been a hell of a ride thus far.
Then here's to a long road, with plenty of ammo. Well, thanks for hearing me out. You probably weren't looking for a history lesson, were ya? You wanna hit the road?
Unless you like getting shot?
Yeah, why not?
Back on a gunner.
So I was doing some thinking, and I know I told you guys I really do like the Railroad's views on things, but after a little while, I started to realize that even they may not be too sure, because we've heard them say that they can't decide if they really trust the Gen 1s and Gen 2s, and they're really kind of at a, I guess, inner conflict on whether or not they should take those things out or not. So I think our best bet may be to side with the Minutemen, just because it does seem like they really are pretty much neutral on everything. So instead of going with the Railroad like we originally planned, I think we should head on over to... Pretty sure Preston's over at Sanctuary. So maybe we'll head on over that way. Now, aside from them being neutral, we also can't forget that we're the Minutemen's leader. So pretty much whatever we say goes. And I feel like siding with them might be a bit like siding with Yes Man from Fallout New Vegas. So hopefully this should pay off in the end.
Hey there.
What do you need, General?
Well, it is a bit complicated, but I was wondering if you could help me out.
I need help. We need to build a device that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
Well, you remember my son Sean, right?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them. We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
Well, in theory, it should allow me to teleport to the Institute.
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix.
Sturgis, huh? Alright, I thought I saw him just a little bit ago. We may have to search around for him, though. Oh, there he is.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Guess he was sleeping, wasn't he?
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Alright, see if he can build this.
Do you think you can build this?
Wow, what a mess. Looks like encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
Oh, almost positive.
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Really? Well, any idea what parts I need?
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is going to take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
Alright, thanks, Sturgis. And as for you guys, I guess I will see you once this thing is built. Alright guys, so I decided to build it over at the Red Rocket truck station, but apparently we're supposed to get back to Sturgis.
Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah, at least I think it's good enough.
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Alright, Sturgis, I guess I will see you there. Although you did say they were hard to find, right?
It may take me a while to gather these things.
That's okay. I'll need time to figure out how to make everything work together. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Alright guys, I guess we'll just run over there. And yeah, hopefully we have all the necessary parts. I did notice though, we were running quite low. In fact, I almost wasn't able to build that thing. Just because we barely had any aluminum. I think we might have had 1 extra. So if we need any more of that, I think we may be in trouble. Although we could always go searching for it.
This isn't going to do anything without power.
Oh, wow. Yes, we are going to need to put this thing somewhere else. Alright, now let's see if this will go on there. So that works, and then we need this to go somewhere as well. Looks like we can just put it wherever. And then that was everything, right? Or do we need this control console? I mean, we might as well put it down. We do have plenty of materials. So now it looks like we can actually power this thing up. Oh, but then again, we don't have power, do we? So is there maybe a generator we can build? Let's see. Oh, see, once again, we need aluminum. And 25 of them. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna have to go searching around at some junkyards, though. Okay, guys, well, we should have actually a little more than enough now. I think I got around 27. So we'll go ahead and put the generator down, and then hopefully that should be the last thing we need. Wait a minute, why can we not build this? Oh, we need science rank 4. So is there another one we could try out? That one's got 20, which I'm not sure is going to be enough. Although we could do either one of these. I think this one should do the trick. It looks like now we just got to connect them all up. I know it looks ugly right now, but I guess I'll move some things around later. Make it look all pretty.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Yeah, I mean, we've waited long enough. Why not?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
That easy, huh?
Whenever you're ready.
Alright, guys. Let's do this.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Uh-oh.
I did not give you permission to make me your
Yeah, we
test
better
subject.
hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF.
Sturgis, I'm not so sure
And-
this thing is safe anymore.
Got it. Hold on to your butt.